Am I the jerk for losing it over my husband's bizarre made-up language? My husband has always been a bit goofy, giving his own names to things and doing impressions. About 18 months ago, this started to increase a lot. Now, it is a constant presence in our lives, and I'm finding it difficult to live with. For example, he has his own name for most retail outlets, professionals, and organizations. He calls Walgreens Greens, and Barnes & Noble is Sharts and Gobbles. He has about 30 to 40 everyday words that he insists on using in place of normal ones. Skuppers, with a rising whistle at the end, means yes. Bing, with a descending whistle, means no. And Bagayaya means good night. He constantly does weird sound impersonations, not like celebrities or characters, but a single noise that is a made-up sound or something childish, like a fart from a children's television show. He speaks random words like garbage or douchebag while burping or farting. He has made up names for our friends, which he sometimes uses even under his breath when we're out with them. Pam and Will, for instance, are pig and wig. I just had enough. We got into bed the other night, and I said good night, and he said Bagayaya in the high-pitched voice he always does it in. I snapped and asked why he couldn't just speak to me normally, and he just laughed and came right up close to my face and did it again. His whistling is constant. He speaks to our kid in this stupid language, and I'm worried it's going to confuse normal language development because he changes the words so often. Our toddler could be about to hurt themselves, and instead of saying no or come here, he'll say some ridiculous made-up word or sound and then get annoyed when our kid doesn't know what he wants. He's normal in other respects, works in finance, and is totally professional around his colleagues, but different at home. I told him it needs to stop. I don't mind it occasionally or for fun, but it's all the time, and it's wearing me down. He got upset and said I couldn't take a joke, and that I'm not fun anymore. It's true that I've become more irritable and noise-averse since we had kids, but I'm so worn out and over it, and just want him to relate to me like an adult. I don't believe, but I am not health qualified, that he displays any symptoms of Tourette's, autism, neurological disorders, or anything like that, and hasn't ever done despite this. He is physically well by all measures. He is for sure not having a stroke or significant physical health event. I can see this could be a reaction to stress. He did not do this to this extent before we had kids. Occasionally, yes, with the occasional name or words, but not this regularly. He is amazing in many ways, but this one thing is now too much for me. I don't feel it's right to discount him or throw out the whole marriage because of it, but it does need to change. He won't go to therapy. We have discussed it calmly previously. He did not take me seriously or make changes. He sees this as funny and just a joke. I agree that we need to talk more. Yes, it can be funny occasionally. I am not trying to spoil his fun. I also need an adult partner at times and for him to stop when it is not appropriate. Several months later, he eventually agreed to get checked out. He was confirmed neurotypical with no other health concerns. We were referred for marriage counseling, but he wouldn't go. I ended it and am slowly rebuilding my life. Honestly, this post was just the tip of the iceberg, and I'm exhausted but glad to be out. He also ended up really insulting our close friends, and it all spiraled into complete hellfire.